We're here. We're
Can't
finally here.
can't mince
It's the
words.
Super Bowl. It's the Super Bowl of video games.
That's right. That's right. We're not going to talk about our weekends. We're not going to talk about the games we've been playing.
I'm not
We're
going to
going to
talk
get
about. I'm not going to talk about. That Super Mario World is the best game of all time, right? I'm not
to
going to get into
you.
that with Dave.
To you,
Yeah.
we've already discussed that. No, we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes. We're already a couple days in. We got a couple
Well,
conferences down.
well. To be fair, technically, people started before E3, so it was like pre E3 announcements,
I
right?
mean, yeah, there's that. Leaks and otherwise and everything else and pre-show announcements and all that other junk. So for better or worse, yeah, it's definitely been going on for a while.
All right, so let's try to go. Let's try to go in order. This is E3 or E3 coverage show one. Right, we're probably gonna have three different shows, right?
Possibly four, all
Depending on how
depending.
everything goes.
Possibly
Yeah,
four.
we may have four different shows. We'll see. But let's start with Battlefield 2042. They showed a teaser on Tuesday. We got to see it. More of a trailer. It wasn't any in-game play. I think they're saving that for the Xbox conference. But it's here, and I got to be honest, I'm not for it. It's no single player mode. Come
Well,
on.
okay. Let's take a quick step back because you said no in-game play, but it was in-game footage, right? They were using the
Yes.
engine to put all this together, and one of the big things was there is no single player in this game, which immediately Dan Robinson checks out. All right,
Oh, I'm
but
done. I was done.
game is beautiful. It looks really cool. It was running really smoothly, even though it wasn't actual gameplay footage. It was scripted within the engine. But looks like there's a lot of vehicle combat and cool things you can do with the vehicles. We'll see how that plays out when it gets shown on the Microsoft stage. But it's kind of really the big thing that I have. Like, how is the gameplay gonna roll out? Right? It's obviously like it's a big multiplayer experience, a sequel to Battlefield 2041, which came out many years ago. So
Well,
it's like.
what's up with their naming, right? They got Battlefield, what, Bad Company, right? Battlefield 3,
Well,
Battlefield 1,
it
Battlefield
started
2041,
Battlefield
Battlefield
1942,
18,000. Yeah.
Battlefield Vietnam, Hardline 4, 5, 1, 7, 6. Look,
Yeah,
I don't
it's just-
know.
They keep going around.
Yeah, Dice definitely has a counting problem with all this stuff.
Yeah, they're worse than Microsoft.
Yeah.
Worse than Microsoft naming their Xboxes.
Yeah, so I guess hard for you to get excited, right? Even though it did look cool, but
I was super pumped until I saw the trailer and it was like no single player mode, and I was like, I'm out. I was in Mexico,
Well-
so disappointed
Right.
that I had to go get another drink.
well, it's going to be like squad based or team based or the whatever, right? Like, does that kind of change anything? Like, I know you don't like the free for all combat, but
It's essentially Rainbow Six. It's essentially Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not.
But
into
you're
it
on a
at all.
team though, right? You got a bunch of guys on your team. It's a coordinated effort as opposed to every man for himself type situation. All right.
I'm on a team that I need to get three other people involved.
Well, you already got me, which is two.
Are you playing this? Are you playing this? Are you?
I'm very
excited?
curious to try it out. Especially if it comes to Microsoft Games Pass. I'm definitely gonna play it. All right.
We haven't
Makes
even,
it easy.
We didn't even finish Outriders, and you want to play Battlefield.
There's no finishing Outriders. You can get to the level cap, but you can just keep grinding out content, grinding it out for better and better gear, right?
I'm so
Like
good.
that never ends.
I'm so good. I'm good.
Oh.
I don't need it.
I'm gonna get you to play a massively multiplayer game at some point in time.
We
I'm
did.
gonna- I'm
We
gonna
did
get you.
Division 1 and 2. We did Outriders.
Yeah. See, that's what I don't get. We played the Division, and you're like, everything's cool. You like the way that's set up. I don't know.
All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to an actual conference.
Yeah.
Summer
Yeah.
Game Fest 2021. Right. Jeff Keighley's baby. His alternative to E3. And he did it just like he does the Game Award. It's just in front of the green screen with the mic talking. I was expecting a little bit more. I was hoping he would sort of make it different than the Game Awards, right? Instead of being in front of the
Uh-huh.
green screen, right? Maybe be sitting down and just do voiceover. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess, Jeff Keighley, his thing is he likes to do like live interviews on a couch, or or obviously can't do that now. But he's more of he likes to be more personable and be in front of the camera. So I was
Yeah.
hoping it would be something different, but okay. Even if he was sitting down and like David Letterman, Jay Leno style in front of the the Tonight Show with no audience in the green screen, I was hoping
Oh
he'd
my
do something
God.
different, switch it up.
I mean, it was still high production value, even though it was like a
Yeah.
bunch of screens and whatever. Like, it was.
So
I thought it was a well put together show, if pretty standard, But
so so we kick things off with Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Say that 10 times fast.
I'm
It's
good.
coming early
I'm good.
2022. It's pretty much a game that's based on DLC from the Borderlands 2, right?
That's
I
right.
believe it's
That's
Borderlands
right.
2.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a Tiny Tina. As far as I understand it, there was DLC Borderlands 2 where Tiny Tina, which is fan favorite character, so great idea to do a spin-off for her, where she runs a D&D campaign, I believe. I don't know how the mechanics work out within the Borderlands world and whatnot, but that's essentially what this is. And you get some big name actors, right? Obviously, returning favorite Ashley Birch is playing Tiny Tina. Andy Samberg is going to be in this as one of the main characters, and I forget who else they said, but there was somebody else in it. It's going to be a standalone thing, so using the Borderlands engine, the cell shading, but it's going to be fantasy tinge as opposed to like post-apocalyptic, right? That's the thing. And they said you don't need to have played the other games to play this one, so it stands on its own. But there are nods to the Borderlands universe, so there's that. I mean, it looked super cool. I thought it was a cool way to start off the show. Right? They got the exclusive drop on that. It looks pretty. It's got those nice cel shaded visuals. So
So
I'm up on this.
so it's funny that Tiny Tina's Wonderland is here, right? Because Gearbox had sort of their E3 presentation
They did.
a little
They
bit
did.
later, which we're not going to really get into because there was really nothing. They didn't show a lot of things. They showed Tiny's Tina again. They showed another game that we'll mention later on that was shown at another press conference,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Before Gearbox's press conference, which is so weird because you would think you would want you want to announce the exclusive, like be the first one to announce the games at your own press conference. But
Yeah, you wanna big up your presentation before any other presentations. Like that's the idea.
their presentation was more so to market the movie that's being created. Like they're doing a movie, a Borderlands movie, and Kevin Hart's in it. And
Yeah.
there was sort of an awkward exchange where Kevin Hart talks about like hey, this movie's gonna be great, right? I don't know. It just seemed a little weird. He seemed a little out of it,
It was, yeah, yeah.
and it felt
And
like Gearbox should. I felt like Gearbox should have just like partnered up with Jeff Keighley and have those tidbits. The updates to Godfall and the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and the other game, like had that. He had Summer Games Fest. If that's the case, and have Kevin Hart, talk to Jeff Keighley or something, along those lines. That would have been awesome.
I think that would have been a lot better. Yeah, yeah. I am kind of hyped for the movie though. I mean, Jack Black's in it, which is awesome. I love him as an actor. I think they're really, and they got Eli Roth, horror movie director Eli Roth, who's done Hostel and Cabin Fever and a bunch of other movies. He makes cameos in all the damn who's the guy who did Pulp Fiction? All of his movies.
Quentin
Tarantino. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he makes appearances on all the Tarantino movies, so they've got a good crew around it. I'm excited to see what I honestly think the movie because we already had the Tiny Tina Wonderland thing spoiled. The movie bit behind the scenes was the best part of the Gearbox presentation.
It was the only thing with the Gearbox presentation.
Yeah,
Really.
otherwise it
Because all
was
they
just
kept doing
like,
is talk about the movie and
yeah,
blur out. They kept blurring. I don't know if you noticed. They kept blurring out like the background or people, right, in
yeah,
costume.
they didn't want to reveal that much. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like
Then
Godfall was DLC, so it's not like it's a new game. Here's some extra stuff for Godfall, so it's like, ugh, yeah.
yeah, they all of that. Gearbox should have partnered with Jeff Keighley and put it all in here. That's
Mm-hmm.
the way it should have been, if you ask me.
I agree. I
So,
agree.
all right, back to Summer Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
They announced a game that I was super excited for until the end, which was Metal Slug Tactics. Like,
Yeah, I was
they had
surprised.
the anime the portion of it, and I was like, oh, it's a new Metal Slug game. And then they showed the gameplay, and it's like, a grid-based tactical game. And I was like,
Yep.
you know what?
Yep.
I'm cool if you give me a skin that I'm interested in with sort of, sort of those same, like, the same graphics, right? Like, I'm all in.
Mm-hmm. Oh
But
yeah, it
this
was.
is only coming to PC.
So far,
and
yeah.
Steam.
So far, it's on Steam and PC only. Maybe Steam exclusive for now. They didn't say anything about the Epic Game Store. They didn't say anything about Stadia. I'll tell you that. So, yeah. Super hype. I mean, the trailer was a love letter to the fans. They had all the major characters, and they had the call out and the name, and it's Marco, and it's a Eri, and I was very surprised. I was very surprised by this announcement.
So then we got a Among Us update, right? They got new maps, new modes, new outfits, new
Yeah.
roles.
They said
So,
they
I know
said
you were probably hyped for that.
they said new map number 5, and that's all they could say about it because they already put the airship out, which was map 4, and that was a big map. And then this one's probably going to also be a big map, up to 15 people now, which is awesome. 10 was the cap before, hence the airship map, which is built for really 15 people. I love Among Us. It's great. It's a very simple game, pick up and play.
All right,
Yeah.
Dave, you're gonna have to explain Among Us to me again, because I still don't know. I haven't played this game. I haven't watched any real trailers of this game. I see the main. I don't know if that's the main player or just a mascot for the game, and I'm just
No, he's
not-
the guy you play or the person you play
Okay.
as, yeah.
All right,
Or
so
one of the
what
crew members.
what is Among Us? Is it like a cartoony Division style game, or what is it? Why are people so hooked on this? Why do you
Okay.
like this game?
Okay, so
This doesn't seem like
like
something that you would play.
like Mafia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like the whole idea is to pretend, if you're the guy, if you're the boss or the underboss or the whatever, right? You want to make sure that you blend in and try and be a civilian or whatever the role is, right? So, Among Us only has 2 roles. Either you're a crew member or you're an imposter, right? And the imposter is an alien. So your job as the imposter is to go around killing everybody without getting yourself known. And that's essentially the whole entire game. There's like other mechanics. You can kind of like jump into air vents and move around, and there's a discussion portion, right? Just like at the end of every Mafia round, you kind of have to point to who you think is, I think you're the mob boss, or I think you're the underboss, right? So you have to kind
It's
of
like Friday the 13th fish, right? Like a one person is the imposter and everyone else is just like regular people.
yeah. I mean, like in Friday the 13th, you know who Jason is. You just have to avoid
Yeah.
Jason. But yeah. So this, you're disguised as a crew member, and you have to do your best to kill everybody, and not get voted off the ship. Or you can also, like during the interrogation portions, you can pin it on other people and get them all kicked off the ship. And if you're still on the ship at the end, then you end up winning. And you can have up to 3 imposters, possibly 4 with now the up to 15 people. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You know what? I'm willing to give this game a try.
Oh, you should. You should.
Okay.
I mean, it's free to play on your phone, so it costs you nothing.
All right. It cost me time, Dave. It cost me time. My
Well,
time is very valuable.
It's exciting.
But I'll try. It sounds like
Yeah.
something I would try. You got me with the getting interrogated and you killing people.
Oh, there's a lot of
you know.
there's a lot of like espionage. You can totally do like the the lie, cheat, and steal stuff in this game, and
Okay.
pin stuff on other people, which I think is great because like some people just don't have that. They don't have that personality of like I can't lie. I don't want to kill anybody, right? It's like, no, you're the bad guy. You have to do those things. Otherwise, you're probably not going to win the round. So it's interesting to see people in those particular roles. But
All right, but all right. So this wouldn't be a Summer Games Fest, or this wouldn't be a Jeff Keighley event if we didn't talk
hmm
about Kojima, right?
hmm
The love this man has for Kojima just knows no end. I mean,
we
it's
were
just
just we were waiting. We were waiting for the
we
big
were
Kojima
waiting.
thing. hmm
So, are we gonna get? What are we gonna get from Kojima? And we're getting Death Stranding director's cut
hmm
announced for the PS5. Apparently, Jeff Keighley didn't even know about this.
Right.
Kojima, Kojima he was Kojima. Kojima just said, "Hey, I got a surprise for you. Here, here's the
Yeah.
video. Tell
Right.
them to play it.
All
Tell them to
right.
play it."
All right. We'll give you 5 minutes on the show. I love you,
Yeah.
Kojima. You definitely gonna
And
come through.
so the thing about the trailer was it was more Metal Gear. It was like sort of like a nod to Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, it was a jab at Metal Gear, the Metal Gear franchise. They
Well,
like
you say jab, but I mean, since he's the one that sort of cultivated and created it to what it is, I think it's more of a homage,
yeah,
maybe.
but he didn't.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
here's the thing, right? So let's go ahead and set the stage, right? It's like it's Norman Reedus's character. I forget his name right now, but it's like him in a top-down view.
FedEx guy. Uh-huh.
The FedEx guy, yeah. And he's like, and all the little guards are walking around, right? And they're doing their patterns just like a Metal Gear. And he's like kind of sneaking around. And then he finds a box full of oranges and he empties out the box and he like flips it over and turns it into like the camouflage. So that was it. Like that's that. We just saw the Death
He
Stranding
jumps in.
characters.
He
Yeah,
doesn't really fit, and then he
yeah,
jumps out, and it's like
yeah,
that's totally Metal Gear.
yeah.
I
Oh, it
was I
is.
was expecting Solid Snake to come out somewhere,
It
or a
is.
Solid Snake style character to come
Right.
out somewhere.
Right.
All right,
But but here's the thing, we got nothing about what is in the director's cut.
well,
Right?
that's
We
the
don't know
funny
anything
thing.
about it.
That's the funny thing.
We
Everybody
just
is
know
like
it's coming.
director's cut. Weren't you the director on the first one? Shouldn't have that been the director's cut?
Yeah, I mean
What's in the,
sometimes things don't make it the budgetary concerns or whatever, you have to kind of put stuff on the cutting room floor. So,
well, we know we're gonna get more missions, right? Like that just makes sense because that Metal Gear style trailer seems like we're gonna get I would hope more than one mission style, sort of Metal Gear style missions,
oh,
which
you think?
kind of makes sense. Yes,
Oh, I don't know. I thought that whole entire thing was a goof.
really.
Maybe.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
because
I think
I
that
would
was
be
real.
excited for that. Trust me, I would be excited for that. I don't think that's it.
I
I
think
guess I took it differently. I guess I saw it as him throwing up the double deuce, the middle finger to Konami because they own the rights, and they're gonna like the rumor is they're gonna be doing new Metal Gear games without Kojima, and he's like, nope, that's the old me. Death Stranding is the new me, and this is my new franchise or whatever it is. But
See, I took it totally different. I took it from a positive standpoint,
hmm
where like that's his baby,
hmm
right? That's his oldest child, and he just
yeah,
got through a bad
yeah,
divorce, but he
hmm
still loves his oldest kid.
hmm
I mean, it's sort of a morbid analogy, but like that to me, I think it from a positive standpoint, where he's doing an homage to
hmm
his first baby, right? So I
yeah,
think I
yeah.
think we're gonna get Metal Gear style missions.
I think that'd be awesome. That would
They
be
did.
awesome. Yeah.
I think they did say somewhere in one of the interviews that we're gonna get some of that haptic feedback on the DualSense when you're
Yeah,
carrying
I
the
mean that
packages,
makes sense. Yeah, yeah.
right? This game was made for
That
the
just
DualSense
it just that
controller.
just heightens that heightens the experience when you're climbing up the mountain. You're gonna really feel those rocks. You're gonna feel the
Yeah.
sway of the packages. Like that's gonna be awesome. All right.
So I think this was like one of the big highlights for me. right? Like I really like this in Metal Slug Tactics, even though it's PC only for now.
Yeah.
Watch it
Oh,
be PC exclusive for 3 days, and Nintendo Direct they'll show it.
I think eventually there's going to be an announcement. Yeah, it may be at the Nintendo Direct. You may be right.
Yeah.
It's made for it.
So after that, we got Overwatch 2. Man, we got a trailer for Overwatch 2 5v5, new character designs, right?
So the big thing is the 5v5 because 6v6, I believe, was the previous. And it may not seem like a lot on the surface. Oh, you're just going down to like 5-player teams. Completely changes the dynamic. Some fans aren't about it because they built all their skills up around 6v6 with the different roles, right? There's, 2 assault, 2 support, 2 medic, or whatever the good combination is, right? And it, going down to 5 kind of changes a lot of things. So I'm not an Overwatch expert, so I don't claim to know, but I know that it's a big shakeup. And then They did do most of it was like talking about the new character designs. That was really what they were. How do we update these characters? How do we make them more modern but still feel like those characters? And then they showed, I think, like 1 or 2 new characters, which were kind of cool, but yeah, not a ton of info about it.
So when we did the rundown, you first told me about this. Well, I didn't say anything, but all I was thinking about was, who cares if it's 5v5? Like, it's the same thing. 6 people, 6 versus 6, or versus 5v5. Who cares? But to take it to a world that I know a lot about, basketball, which is 5v5, right? 5 players on a court. What if you took a player away? Now you don't have a center, right?
Exactly.
Center away. Now it's
you take away the point guard or the forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
The dynamic changes.
Changes the dynamic totally. So now I can better understand and feel their pain. Where now this is like, honestly, this is like adding a 3-point shot in basketball, right? Like when they did that, it changed the game. Yeah. Now people are shooting long range shots, and there's been a lot of talk about putting a 4-point shot in the game, which I hope they don't do.
From half court, how far back would that go?
It wouldn't be half court. It'd be like a couple of more feet from the 3-point shot.
Right.
So
well, that's it's interesting.
All those shots that Steph Curry be shooting be 4 points.
Oof, man. There you go. You'd certainly get a whole nother breed of player out of the game, right? You get like the long shot guy, right? Larry Bird plus.
So and everybody scoffs at that, but people scoffed at the 3-point line, at the 3-point shot. They're like, oh, that's just a gimmick. Come on, you got to go to the hole. You got to take it to the basket.
Oh, you're 100% right. Everybody hates change, and then when they actually get used to it, and then whatever, and then it becomes the norm, and then when they go, hey, now it's going to be 4v4, they're going to go, no, when Overwatch 3 comes out. So
I still don't get why hockey only has 3 quarters. Why can't they have 4 quarters like everyone else?
Well, they don't have 3 quarters. They have 3 periods. Because 3 quarters does not make up a whole hour. That's why they don't have 3 quarters.
All right, 3 periods. Why don't they have 4 periods?
Well, then they'd have 4 quarters.
Okay, that's what, there we go.
Answer.
I still don't get what's a hat trick. You get 3 goals. How's that a hat trick? Where's the hat portion?
Three goals by one person. I think maybe the birth of that is people would throw hats on the ice. So you get a hat trick when you get 3. I don't know. Maybe I think I may have heard that at some point.
Somebody told me it was like a magician trick, right? It's something that's not done all the time, which is
that also makes sense too. Yeah. I mean, it's the same in soccer. Soccer's have hat tricks, or soccer games have hat tricks, but it has to be 3 goals by one person. That's the trick. All right, that's the magic.
Why don't they just say 3 goals by one person? I don't get it.
That's a mouthful. I don't understand.
Just say 3 goals by one person.
Okay.
Listen. If Steph Curry shoots 3-pointers in a row, they don't say that's a hat trick, and that's not easy. They
would say he's on fire, though. They would say he's on fire.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They would make some comment about it.
Yeah, he's burning the house down. He's on fire. I get that.
What's a triple double?
What do you mean it's a triple double?
Tell me,
You get
explain what a triple double is.
double digits in 3 different columns.
Why don't they just say that?
It is, but technically
It's
it is.
shorthand. It's shorthand.
Technically it is. I know, but it makes sense though. It's a triple.
The same with the
in
hat
3 different
trick.
categories.
It's a magic
but listen,
trick.
okay. In 3 different categories, you get double digits. Okay.
Yeah.
Triple double.
Why don't they call that a
makes
hat
sense.
trick? That's magic. or just say double digits.
Okay.
in
How about
different
this?
categories.
How about this? Triple goal. That makes sense. It's 3 goals by one person. He hit a triple.
Okay, you go ahead and tell the NHLPA and FIFA that you need to get your announcers on board with this new lingo, and we'll see how that goes.
Yes, everybody around the world has to come with me in unison and say triple goal, triple G. There we go, triple goal.
Oh my God, this guy.
It makes sense.
I think you need to go back to the drawing board, Dan.
Hat trick makes no sense. I'm sorry. All right, let's talk about Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're doing a games podcast.
This was totally obvious. And we both dropped the ball on that, right? On our predictions episode last week.
Well, I didn't drop the ball. I just it was a layup with nobody on the court. I'm like, this is too easy. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. It's like because we knew Jeff Goldblum was going to be at Summer Games Fest.
The rumor was there was a new Jurassic Park game, right?
Like he's not doing The Fly. He's not doing a Portlandia video game, right? He's not doing Earth Girls Are Easy. It's gonna be Jurassic Park.
If he's gonna be sort of like a presenter or something at a video game convention, and there's a rumor that a Jurassic Park game is coming out, we should just put 2 and 2 together. Jeff Goldblum did announce, he revealed Jurassic World Evolution 2, which was nothing like we said that the Jurassic Park game that we wanted.
Right, exactly. We speculated on all that stuff, but this is it's not a surprise because the last Evolution game was a sim park builder, and they even made one. They even made one during the PS2 era, right? So it wasn't the first time they did a sim park builder like a zoo tycoon with dinosaurs. So
but it also
hopefully,
sucked.
But I mean, it's a good idea though.
You got panned, and
whether it's bad or not is irrelevant. To me, it's a good idea. I think they could do something good with it. I don't know if it's a new developer.
You know what's a good idea? Putting Jeff Goldblum in the 3rd Jurassic World movie. That's the good idea. That makes sense.
Sure. So obviously this is another game that Dan Robinson is not going to play, but if it gets good reviews, I will definitely try it out. Because I mean, I want to build a dino park and then let all the dinosaurs loose. Just stop everybody. T-Rexes all day.
So a game that I surprisingly was all about. The new Evil Dead game, right?
Yeah.
It's more of a this is more like Jason, right? Friday the 13th type of game.
This is that and Dead by Daylight and all that. The kind of 1v3 or 1v4. Yeah.
Yeah, and this makes perfect sense for the setting, right? And I think they're rebooting the movie anyway.
Again?
They were
for a 3rd time. Well, there you go.
I think they talked about rebooting the movie when they should have just maybe make a TV movie to sort of end, because the TV show was great.
Ash versus Evil Dead.
I think it was 3 seasons, and they ended it with Ash in the future for some. He was in the past, and they ended it with him in the future.
Right. Yeah.
And I would have loved to see Ash in sort of a cyberpunk world, horror world. That would have been awesome.
Oh,
and I think they should make a movie about that.
Walking around with the chainsaw arm in like Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my God.
Yeah. That would make sense.
So the thing that surprised me is that because like Dead by Daylight is the other big franchise kind of game, and they do a lot of crossover stuff, right? They'll get whatever. I think they got Pyramid Head in there and a couple. I think maybe like Freddy is in there and a couple other characters. I would have thought, and the easy way to go about it is just license out Ash. Make him a guy that you can play as in the Dead by Daylight world. But they decided, no, we're going to do our own thing with that same 4v1 setup. And you're right. It looked cool. It looked super cool. I was excited when I saw the trailer.
All right, what's this next game that you wanted to talk about? Like, I don't even remember this game.
It
What
was
was
it was towards the end. The Anacrusis.
the Anacrusis?
The Anacrusis, I think. So it's like a Left 4 Dead game, but it's kind of a little third person top down, and you get your crew of like 3 or 4 people, and you're on this 70s style sci-fi spaceship, right? Everything's kind of like orange and whatever, rounded edges, and you're just killing aliens or zombies or whatever's on the ship. But really, like, the style got me. That was the thing about it. So there's another game that's coming out. The Left 4 Dead kind of spiritual successor and all that. So it's got to have some competition. But it looked pretty good from what I saw.
The zombie era just won't die.
Zombies are eternal, man. Come on.
It just won't die. We said we have nothing but zombies. I mean, it's. I thought we were past that. I thought we were past the zombies.
Never.
I thought we were getting to something.
Zombies as a genre.
Cyberpunk. I thought this was the cyberpunk era where we would give zombies a rest for a minute, right? Give it a rest, a couple of years.
We did. I think. No, I mean, I thought there was a period where.
No, we got zombies.
It's just always zombies. Yeah.
No, zombie ever since the new Dawn of the Dead movie, it was just like zombies just never.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like, that's right. It kind of brought them all back from the dead.
Yeah. So speaking of bringing things back, what brought my attention back to the Summer Games Fest is how they ended it, and they ended it with one more thing, and it was something that everyone's been waiting for. Everyone's been asking about. I mean, they haven't seen it since like 2018, I think, or 2019, 2019. We haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah.
It's Elden Ring.
Yep.
It's finally here, and it's being released. We got a release date.
Yeah. Finally, something that J.R.R. Martin is involved in is getting released. Because they said that was like one of the big draws, is that he's going to be like a writer and a consultant on the game and all that. And I'm like, all right, awesome. But what about like the Game of Thrones books? And those maybe not being finished. Who knows?
Well, he's working. He's making like the world. Like he's writing like the lore.
Yeah.
The world. But the devs are doing the sort of the in-game story elements, but he's just like creating the world that they're in.
Yeah.
So and he does make a great world, right? Like he knows how to make sort of like a universe. So that's exciting. But it's coming out January 21st, 2022.
Right. Right after the holidays. Yeah.
Right after the holidays, it's the second game I think we got confirmation for as far as a hard release date, because I think one of those Pokemon spin-off games is coming out like a week later.
Oh, right. Yeah. So this is going to take the crown.
January.
This is going to take the crown for the first big non-shovelware title of 2022.
2022.
We got to give it that award. Yeah.
So
now it is a From Software game, right? That you're burying the lead. It's a From Software game, so we know it's going to be a Souls-like, and it's going to be balls hard. That's where I have to say, I don't know if it deserves my $60.
You mean 70?
Probably, yeah.
Well, it's coming out. It's coming out for current gen and last gen. So it's 60 if you want to buy it on a PS4.
Right.
But I will say, I will pick this up not day one, maybe day 500, right? And I'll get it for the PS5, and I'll sit it right next to Demon's Souls Remastered, and they can both sit there sealed on my bookshelf.
I mean, hey, at least you can say you have them in the collection.
Yes. So with that said, let's take a break, and we come back. We're going to finish off our day one coverage with the Day of the Dev showcase and everything announced at Devolver Digital showcase. And Ubisoft. Almost forgot about them. And trust me, you might want to.